Hi and welcome to Melbourne City Primary School's Open Day for 2017. We hope you go away from this information session with an understanding of how our curriculum incorporates Indigenous learning and teaching. Our aim is to ensure every student has a positive and enriching experience when it comes to learning about the Indigenous culture. So sit back, enjoy the video, and we hope to see your child at our school next year.
So each year our students have the opportunity of travelling to Bunjalaka Cultural Centre, which is at the Melbourne Museum, and the idea of this is it's our foundation unit for Australian history studies and Aboriginal culture. Now the idea of the off-campus excursion is the fact that students are learning their foundation knowledge of Aboriginal history and their Aboriginal culture in an environment that's very hands-on and very interactive. You know, students don't like sitting in the classroom. They like getting out and experiencing things. And I think the best way to experience the Aboriginal culture is by being a really hands-on excursion, and that's what Bunjalaka Place provides. It's organised and run by Aboriginal people, so you know the information that our students are learning is spot on and 100% factually correct. The Aboriginal culture itself is a very hands-on culture. Their music, their way of life, their art, it's all such a hands-on experience that shouldn't be limited to only the classroom. So we do normally enjoy students being heavily involved in this excursion, because the fact is that you're not going to get that sort of understanding or that sort of knowledge from a non-Aboriginal teacher trying to teach that as especially the foundation part of it. So pretty much what our students do is we take them on our excursion at the very start of our unit. The excursion itself is $15 a student. That covers their travel to the venue, the cost of the venue entry. Students do have to bring their own lunch on the day, but ultimately the day is a $15 absolute wonderful experience that these students otherwise wouldn't get at other schools. We like to really make sure that our students gain the most unbelievable experience from this. So we do like to have activities and special guest speakers throughout our journey throughout Bunjalaka Place. So we do make sure it's well planned, and our students end up leaving it with such a knowledge base that they would not have achieved in a normal classroom. It's just the way it is. The fact that the Aboriginal culture is so traditional and their ideas and their values are so wonderful that you really can only get that sort of knowledge and experience through an Aboriginally led place, and that's what Bunjalaka Place provides, and that's why we do like sending our students there as our foundation to our unit of Aboriginal culture and Aboriginal history and Australian culture, and the fact that it's all factually sound and it hasn't been altered it's just incomparable. So if your student does decide to come to our school, that is one aspect that is absolutely fantastic in relation to Aboriginal culture and Aboriginal history studies.
Hello, my name is Jenna Jameson and I am one of the teachers you'll hear today on our Open Day video. Here at Melbourne City Primary, we like to celebrate Indigenous and Torres Strait Islander perspectives. I know, you're probably thinking to yourself how exactly we celebrate this and implement these perspectives throughout the school year, and I'm about to tell you. So sit tight and get excited. As I'm sure some of you may know, there is so much to celebrate about the Indigenous culture that we couldn't stop at just one Cultural Awareness Day. We had to have two, including a Cultural Week. The students always get excited as they get to learn, explore and celebrate throughout these days. In Term 1, we always come together as a whole school on March 19th, the National Close the Gap Day. First established in 2006, organisations come together to improve and, for some, become aware of the health of Aboriginal people. On Close the Gap Day, the students within the school hold an event throughout the week to raise awareness and funds to go to the Victorian Aboriginal Community Controlled Health Organisation. In Term 2, we celebrate May 27th to June 3rd. This marks the annual National Reconciliation Week. We celebrate the launch of the Torres Strait Islander flag, and throughout the week, students complete different activities including cooking, basket weaving, different Torres Strait Islander presenters come in, and different art classes that include them painting the Torres Strait Islander flag. In Term 3, this is our biggest celebration yet, and it happens on the 9th of August. This is International Day of Indigenous People. First declared in 1994, we aim to strengthen international awareness. Students complete a series of Indigenous games and sports, such as Yungala, traditional Indigenous games Back to the Future, Batendi, Bulgala, Kula, and especially Mandruk. Mandruk is said to be the Aboriginal game that provided the first lawn makers of football with some of the fundamentals of the game millions we know and love as Australian rules football. Mandruk means game ball, and as you can imagine, it's an extremely big day as we all get to celebrate the games and the traditional ways we love. In Term 4, we always celebrate on December the 2nd. Another whole school celebration day where we walk for the reconciliation in Melbourne. That is a whole school excursion, and it is always great when parents and guardians and the whole school community get involved. Now that's just a little debrief of some of the things we do there and here at Melbourne City Primary. We hope to see you around.
Assessing and celebrating children's work is key for an accurate representation of how a child is going, as well as allowing the students to feel proud of what they've learnt. From the knowledge they write in a report on the history of Australia to the presentation of their artwork that goes up in the school hallway, each and every student deserves to have their work celebrated. There are many different ways that schools can celebrate this work. Some schools do an art gallery of the work done throughout the entire year that can be presented to the children's family, friends and the community. Doing this allows the students to feel proud of their work and show it off to everyone. As you can see in this video, many schools put up their artwork and classroom work outside of their classrooms to show all the parents and other students what they have been doing in class. This is another way to help students feel proud of their work and use more colours and put more time into their work. As you can see in this video, assessing for learning can also be done by looking through students' workbooks and noticing what they are struggling with and what they need to improve on.
Bye.